Hey guys, Captain Mike here in Hawaii. I just wanted to shoot a little update video. It's been quite a while since I've uploaded a video. Been super busy with the boat. We are aboard Free Spirit. She's a 1968 Headley nickel trimaran. When she was built in 1968, she was the biggest trimaran in the world. She's a world cruising tri. Been all over the world, Caribbean, South Pacific. She's even been to the Galapagos back in the 70s. But after she came to Hawaii, she was operated as a private club. There was a membership that members could go out on wonderful day sails and even some inter-island excursions every once in a while. The boat has a storied history in Hawaii, and I'm trying to bring her back. The sun's about to set over here. Let's see. Yeah, right over here in the west. We're looking at Honolulu Airport, and this direction is Pearl Harbor and the North Shore behind those mountains. And yeah, we had some pretty big waves the last couple days, 10 to 15 feet. We don't see that in here. The South Shore is pretty flat during the winter. The update though, the big update, the masts are coming down. Free Spirit is a catch rig. There are two masts, the main mast and the mizzen mast, smaller mast in the back. Oh, the winds are kicking up here. And we're redoing all the rigging. That's all of these wires. Every single wire. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side of that mast. There's one forward, there's back stays. Everything's getting redone, which means we're going to lay down these masts on the ground. And actually the boat yard is right there. You can see that curved kind of hoop building. That's where it's going to happen. We're going to lay the masts down and they're going to get sanded and painted. I'm going to do all that work. We're going to put some epoxy primer on them, then we're going to put some all grip white over the top. It's probably going to be pretty tricky to learn how to use that paint, because it's a two-part paint and you really kind of got to get your technique down so you get a nice finished surface like this. A lot of this stuff needs to be sanded really well and then primed, and preferably they should come off, and we should deal with like the holes back there and redo all this hardware. But I'm not completely sure that everything's going to come off. Stuff like this I'm definitely going to take off. That's just worthless. Whether I'm going to take all these winches off, I'm not completely sure yet. Most of it is really clean and smooth, as you can maybe tell. But then you've just got a little bit of corrosion in a few places that needs to be dealt with. And this is the smaller of the two. The main mast is obviously way thicker and way taller. Have to deal with that radar up there, and a catch rig has these triadic stays. Those are those two that go across. So we'll have to deal with that. Someone's gonna have to climb and disconnect all that stuff. In the next week, I'm gonna be taking off the sails and the booms. So 3 sails, jib, main, and mizzen, and then the booms have to come down. I'll probably lay those down here on the decks for now, and then those will also go to land. That sunset's probably gonna disappear behind the clouds. Still beautiful here. I'll show you guys what it looks like here. So you got Diamond Head way in the distance over there. And this is the mooring field here at Kehi Boat Harbor in Hawaii. We got a bunch of trimarans, a bunch of other interesting boats. So that's the scene out here. Yeah, the wind's kind of kicking up. I'm sure you can hear it on camera. Sometimes you get the big squalls coming off that valley right there that come straight at us. Doesn't look like that's happening right now. Just kind of got some trade winds going. But the other thing that was going on was that I noticed that my batteries were kind of low, so I came down here into my workshop, which is another really cool part of this boat. Check out this workshop. and came down to my charge controller, and it just wasn't reading. It's usually always reading 13, and I don't know if you can see that. It's reading 11.9 right now. Now, that's what's coming in, but even that is usually always at 13, and so obviously right now the sun's already down. I do have wind power, but then I start poking around here, and I don't know if this is going to show up at all. Now, this wire will show up. Do you see that? Very corroded, and then that connection there is melted and black. So it's the negative from the solar panels coming in. So that power, there's not as much power coming in as usually is what's happening. And this is out to the batteries. So I've already ordered a new one of these. They're like 26 bucks on Amazon. I think I got a Renogy brand. And we're just gonna redo that tomorrow. Swap it out. Hopefully I can just snip this. There's enough slack in there. Hopefully I can just snip this and there's still good in here, because this is all corroded and funky. And yeah, because my inverter started beeping. That usually means there's not enough juice, and so I had to check out my battery bank here. Probably too dark right now for that, but I did a bunch of testing with my multimeter here, and the batteries did seem, at one point they were reading like in the 11s, which is kind of bad. And then today I just ran the diesel for an hour or two to see if the alternator would bring them back up, and now they are in the 12s, 12.3. The battery's only 3 years old. I've got a house bank of 4, just regular AGM batteries, and a separate starter battery. So this windmill feeds the starter battery, and then this windmill feeds the house bank, along with 2 solar panels. 2 solar panels on the roof here, and I'm usually topped off. I mean, it's always sunny here, it's always windy, so that stuff's always cranking and full. So I don't really know. I mean, it has to be that charge controller. That wires, it has extra resistance and it's not fully able to charge. That would make sense. So I'm hoping tomorrow we swap out that charge controller and have a nice sunny day, and get those things topped up all the way. Maybe I'll run the diesel a little bit more. I always got to make sure these things are closed. You got random little rain squalls here, so look how beautiful it is out. It was like, what is it, November 2nd today. It was 80 something degrees. Just another beautiful day in Hawaii. So that's the plan for tomorrow, is to deal with electrical, hopefully square that away, and then start thinking about disconnecting stuff. I'm gonna maybe take some video and pictures and maybe diagrams of how stuff is run, because that's gonna be super easy to forget how stuff was situated. I mean, this is pretty straightforward, the sheet and everything, but anyways, I think I'm gonna do some videos and have make a file on my computer that I can then reference, because it's gonna be a month later that we'll be putting everything back together. So, you know, knock on wood, a month hopefully. So yeah, that's what's going on here. I'm gonna try to shoot a bunch of videos of the rig getting replaced. Maybe we can get into the shop. So most of the stuff's gonna be done by a rigging company. I'm gonna do the sanding and painting myself. And it's over there just looking awesome. So it's gonna be a ton of work. It's gonna be 3 weeks of solid work. So I'll be here on the boat for at least 3 weeks working. And when we're done, we're gonna have an absolutely killer boat. She's really ready to go, and maybe you guys want to come on and spend a few days in Hawaii. Check out my tour video that I put up. There's a tour of this whole boat. We've got 4 cabin bunks, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's a really amazing vintage trimaran. I mean, it's probably one of the best examples of a world cruising trimaran that there is in the world. So yeah, check out friendsofreespirit.org. There's a lot of history and build info. Yeah, some interesting stuff, some old pictures. Here comes a flight. Yeah, we're definitely in the flight path right here, so it's airplanes all day. Yeah, check out that website, friendsofreespirit.org. There's a bunch of info about the boat, and see you guys next time. Aloha.